Making a simple mistake is a completely normal part of being human. Dropping your phone or losing your keys happens to absolutely everyone. A normal person just takes a deep breath and fixes the problem safely, but some guys look at a tiny daily annoyance and choose the absolute most dangerous solution possible. Today, we are exploring the most embarrassing, highly avoidable mistakes in history. These are the 7 dumbest exits from the human gene pool. Sit back, take a deep breath, watch what happens when a tiny bit of frustration meets a massive amount of extreme stupidity. 1. Getting a snack from a vending machine is a normal afternoon habit. The metal coil turns, but the heavy bag of chips gets stuck right on the edge of the glass. A normal person just walks away or buys a second item to knock it down. A guy decided he was not going to let a metal box steal his dollar. He grabbed the top of the massive machine with both bare hands. He firmly believed his office muscles could easily overpower a machine built to hold hundreds of pounds of soda and snacks. He completely ignored the heavy warning label printed directly on the front glass. He rocked the massive box violently backward and forward to shake the snack loose. The heavy machine reached the absolute tipping point. It did not politely lean back against the plaster wall. 1,000 pounds of heavy steel and glass violently slammed straight forward. He wanted a cheap bag of potato chips. He successfully became the snack instead. Gravity always wins the wrestling match. 2. Playing a round of golf is a great way to relax on the weekend. Hitting a terrible shot into the woods is frustrating for any player. A guy missed a very easy putt on the final hole of the game. A normal person takes a deep breath and puts the club back in the bag. He decided to throw a massive temper tantrum instead. He swung his heavy metal golf club aggressively against a solid iron bench. He confidently assumed the steel shaft would easily survive the brutal impact. He totally forgot that cheap hollow metal violently shatters when it hits solid iron. The club hit the bench at maximum speed. The heavy metal head instantly snapped off. The sharp, broken shaft bounced violently backward directly into his own neck. He wanted to show his friends how angry he was about a silly game. He permanently ended his own golfing career over a tiny white ball. Anger management is an incredibly important survival skill when basic physics is involved. 3. Waking up in the middle of the night to the smell of rotten eggs is alarming. It means there is a dangerous natural gas leak inside the house. A guy walked down into his dark basement to find out where the bad smell was coming from. A normal person turns on a battery flashlight and immediately calls the fire department. He decided he needed to see the pipes better in the pitch black. He completely forgot that electricity and open flames are a terrible idea in a gas-filled room. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a standard metal lighter. He actually believed a tiny little spark was completely harmless. He struck the flint to create a small flame to check the heavy iron pipes. The tiny spark instantly met the heavy cloud of invisible, explosive gas. The dark basement immediately became a massive white-hot blast furnace. He just wanted to do some basic home inspection. He violently removed his entire house from the neighborhood instead. 4. Forgetting your house keys on the kitchen counter is a very annoying mistake. Calling a local locksmith to open the front door is the safest, easiest solution. A guy locked himself out of his own house late at night. He did not want to pay a professional to break the lock. He climbed up onto his steep roof and looked directly down the dark brick chimney. He confidently assumed a human adult could slide perfectly down a narrow chute meant for toxic smoke. He completely ignored the fact that baked bricks do not stretch or bend. He dropped his legs into the tight hole and wiggled his chest downward. He got permanently wedged halfway down the dirty pipe. He had absolutely zero leverage to push himself back up to the roof. His chest was trapped entirely by solid masonry. He wanted to save $50 on a simple locksmith bill. He became a permanent part of the brick architecture instead. The house stayed completely locked. 5. Keeping the bushes trimmed makes a yard look very nice and clean. Using lightweight electric hedge clippers is the exact right way to do the job. A guy wanted to quickly trim the tall hedges around his back patio. He did not own the right tools for the job. He looked at his heavy, gas-powered push lawnmower. He firmly believed he was strong enough to lift the heavy machine directly over his head. He started the loud motor and engaged the massive spinning steel blade. He completely ignored the extreme danger of exposing a high-speed metal propeller near his own face. He lifted the shaking, vibrating machine up to his chest. The heavy engine completely shifted his center of balance. He lost his grip on the slippery metal handle. The heavy mower violently tipped backward directly onto his chest. He wanted to impress his neighbors with a perfectly flat hedge. He gave himself a fatal high-speed haircut instead. Spinning blades never forgive mistakes. 6. Creating a homemade art project is a fun way to spend a Saturday. Making a cast of your own body is a very popular hobby for sculptors. A guy wanted to make a perfect statue of his own legs. A normal artist uses safe, soft plaster that easily breaks apart. He decided to use heavy industrial-grade concrete powder from a hardware store. He mixed the heavy concrete with water inside his own bathroom tub. He confidently stepped entirely into the thick, wet mud. He actually believed he could simply pull his legs out before the mixture got completely hard. He completely ignored the chemical reaction that makes concrete boil and rapidly expand as it cures. The heavy mud turned into solid stone in a matter of minutes. The intense chemical heat violently burned his trapped skin. He was completely cemented into the heavy porcelain tub. He wanted to make a cheap piece of modern art. He accidentally built his own heavy concrete anchor instead. 7. The finale. Taking out the garbage is a normal, boring daily chore. Dropping your expensive cell phone into the dumpster by accident is a complete nightmare. A guy tossed his trash bag into a massive industrial apartment trash compactor. He heard his phone hit the metal floor deep inside the machine. A normal person accepts the loss and simply buys a new phone. He decided to climb his entire body into the dark, filthy metal box to find it. He confidently assumed the machine was completely turned off. He decided to climb his entire body into the dark, filthy metal box to find it. He confidently assumed the machine was completely turned off. He completely ignored the automatic laser sensors designed to crush the garbage when the door closes. His heavy boots tripped the automatic weight sensor. The massive hydraulic steel wall instantly activated. A hydraulic press does not care if it is crushing cardboard boxes or human bones. He wanted to save his contacts and his photos. He was violently flattened into a perfect cube of garbage instead.